A lot of good men and women have earned their living in this forest. And I've got big shoes to fill as far as upholding the responsibility and respect for this environment. This place is sacred to me, but it's been sacred for thousands of years before I was ever born, and I'm just lucky to call it home. I've watched dozens of people raise their families, working at things they love, with the people they love, and I just respect that so much. It's snowing. After all the delays we've had, snow will just be another. It's beautiful though. We have to learn from the mistakes of the past, and every nuance must be done better. I once read that there was $1 million for every person who lived in my hometown, hiding in the hills, buried in the dirt, raw, pure, untouched money. Just think how a fraction of that could help people. Coming together. It's so awesome out here. I am determined to find a way to make this mine give back. What are you guys waiting for? Let's get going. We gotta get sluicing. I'm just joking. This is not mine. This is ours. So we got a bit of water that's just seeping in at the bottom of this hill. It's not a perfect situation. That's one of the things we got to do today. And then we are actually stripping the soil. First 2 days have been the organics, the branches, brush, and wood, and a lot of soil as well with it. But now I'm going to put on the cleanup bucket. It's twice as wide as the digging bucket. And I'm going to systematically work from one end to the other and get it down to nice, clean gravel. We're just getting started. This thing is everything. You gotta hit the machine with some grease. Just trying to do that every day. And I got the nice DeWalt cordless grease gun. It's just a dream to use. I couldn't imagine doing it by hand pump. See, that's got a lot of dirt on it, and you just have to clean that up. Every one of those pumps too, I'd have to be doing by hand. And I should be able to see the grease coming out. There it is. It's well worth it to just grease the machine every single day. That's a 1.5 tubes probably, or to almost 2 tubes per, just a lot of grease. So it's time to change the bucket. I've never had a secondary bucket for my machine before, so I'm excited to see how much volume it can move, as well as how well a nice blade actually cleans this soil off. When I'm working in the winter out here, this is be my 4th winter mining out in this area. And like, I would have to, I would say, I'll take the stance to say that there's no greater workwear than a hooded sweater. Like, to keep the cold off the back of your neck. Like, toques are amazing, but nothing makes it so I can work longer and stay more comfortable than just a good hoodie. And that's why you see me in all my videos, I'm always wearing hoodies. It's just a comfort I can't deny. And so one of my favorite go-to hoodies is actually the Andythraxx hoodies that I now sell. And funny story, I've actually been selling them for over a year and I've never sold one. So if you think you'd like a sweater that makes it so you can work through the night and 24 hours a day, day after day, waterproof, flame-proof, bomb-proof, it's the Andythraxx sweater. Just check them out online. There it is. Just gonna lift this up from there and move it over. I'm just not able to see it close enough. Giant pin has to set down into those ears, but the bucket just keeps rolling away from me as I put weight into it. So I just shoved a rock under there to keep it from tipping. I should be able to just set that in. Once it hits solid, then this will just close right into its spot. The wedges face towards the taper. nut goes in. That should do. I know a lot of mechanics and a lot of operators would say Power Fist is Princess Auto. It's like the Canadian version of Harbor Freight. It's cheap tools, usually offshore. This would be like $1,000 or more kit if I bought professional tools, but I was able to get this for like 150 bucks. I've had it for 2 years now. It does everything that I need. And all the biggest nuts and bolts, you know, that my truck have that I can't use normal wrenches on and stuff, this gets it done. This saves huge money and lets me get to work. And if, you know, years down the road, I keep breaking it and I find that I need higher quality tools, I'll buy better tools for that situation. It really helps getting the job done. Their slogan is getting the job done, getting it done. That is literally it. It gets it done. All right, so that actually took a lot out of me, just tightening up that bucket and running around and finding all the grease nipples. But before we get clearing, we're gonna fall that one big danger branch and then fire up the saw. We just probably got to move the excavator back and out of the way so that it doesn't smack a window and pop a hole in it or something. And then it'll take about 2 minutes just to fall that piece. And I'll buck it up and then I can move it out of the way and start stripping this soil. I honestly don't, that's not a perfect situation to cut this. It's really, wow, it's bigger than I realized. It's too big, too dangerous. Not my forte. We're gonna leave it for now. So as we scraping this soil off, it's actually going a lot faster than I thought, but you can really see where it turns from organic back to the sand again. This excavator, this cleanup bucket just moves so much dirt. So a lot of the trick right now is because you're going through the organics down to the river gravel, you have to feel the excavator. And when it hits these larger rocks, you know, you don't want to rip them out. That's your pay gravel. So you have to really read the feeling of the machine to not scoop too deep. So that's going really well. It's moving quicker than I thought, and sometimes I have to work a little harder to get into those deeper spots. And you can't get 100% of the soil, but you just do your best. And you always end up grabbing a little bit of gravel with it, but you just hope that the top gravel is not as rich as the lower gravels. But this is nice, and I just keep raking this along and moving back, and it's really impressive how this cleanup bucket digs. It's awesome. The cleanup bucket was unreal today. I've never seen so much dirt go in one scoop. This bucket is actually only about 5 inches narrower than my entire mini excavator dozer blade. We got a ton of soil stripped today. It feels so amazing. I can see the river rock coming through, which means we're down to pay dirt. I can tell I got a bit more soil I have to move, and this little area I haven't worked with yet, but it's just taking a little longer than I hoped. So one more day, we can start digging the settling pond and setting the trommel up. I drug some stuff around today. It's just getting more and more organized with each passing minute. I'm just so thankful you guys are following this journey. I love you so much. Have a great night.